Hello traders, it's Forex Evangelist right here from Bullish Trend Forex Academy, and welcome to our Weekly Forex Forecast. So welcome to the computer screen, guys. Welcome to this Weekly Forex Forecast. And you know how we do this, now I've tried to make everything not so long. So you know how we start with fundamentals, macroeconomics, sentiment, combine everything with geopolitics, okay? Because everything is in our Excel format, one of our proprietary material that we use in trading the financial market. So we go straight right into that, and we don't need to bore you with so much information, just for you to see what we'll have moving on into the new week. The currency pairs we are looking at, the recommendation for what we'll have in terms of fundamental analysis, and also we are going to be sharing this analysis technically on the charts, and you are going to be seeing the next move we are anticipating in the forex market. Okay, so if we go right down into the forex chart, everything we have got here on our watch list is based on fundamental macroeconomic analysis. So you can see that based on this strongest three currencies, we have Canadian dollar, GBP, and New Zealand, and on the weak side we have the euro, JPY, and Swiss franc. And this is not just, we are not just recommending these currencies based on data, but these currencies is expected to be strong based on a whole lot of information from the COT data, and also in terms of geopolitical reasons around the world, coming from energy, insecurity from the Middle East, trade tensions that we are seeing. Regardless of news today, we are seeing that Donald Trump was sued because of the trade tariff that he brought up again. But let's see how that unfolds. All these things are what we are putting in place to make fundamental analysis, and then coming into the chart to know when it's the right time for us to buy or sell, okay, or hold on. And that is what you are going to be seeing in today's video, okay? So let's dive right into it. So for GBP JPY, our bias is still long for GBP JPY, but technically I think that has been overbought. We are waiting to see more waves and structures before we make our next decision on GBP JPY. For now, I'm neither going to be a buyer or a seller of this pair. I'm going to be waiting to see what happens. So maybe we may see further push in the upside, but I'm not going to be interested in that. Okay, price has given us an impulse here. Move here seems to be a correction. Let's see what happens in terms of incoming data, and also if maybe the Bank of Japan is going to be giving us signal of their intervention, or maybe if data is going to be positive for the coming days and weeks for JPY. That would be nice, setting up this particular structure for a push on the downside. But for now on GBP JPY, I'm going to do nothing and allow market to give me more waves and structures and other incoming data, because technically it is not the best time to continue buying this currency pair. Regardless, we may see a little bit further more up, but a lot of other pairs are giving me better opportunities that I should take advantage of. Okay, so next on our watch list is Euro GBP. I'm going to be probably looking for selling opportunities for Euro GBP. All right. So for Euro GBP, price here, moving on from last week, I told you we are anticipating something similar of this nature. Okay, a corrective structure, and that is still in the making. That for me is still not yet done. For Euro GBP this week, any corrective structure here is going to be an opportunity to look for further sales. Okay, this is what I am looking at for Euro GBP this week. Okay, something similar to this nature, not exact, similar to this nature. That is what I'm anticipating on Euro GBP. After this impulse, a corrective structure, one more drop. So this short setup is what I am interested in this week for Euro GBP. So I'm going to be a seller of Euro GBP or do nothing, because fundamental geopolitics is in line with that. Euro suffers a whole lot during energy crisis and energy insecurity, and that is still what the market is focusing on the most in terms of geopolitical sentiments. All right. So next is Euro CAD. So for Euro CAD, I'm going to be waiting, to see more waves and structures to see what to do next on Euro CAD. So for Euro CAD, I told you guys last week that I'm anticipating something similar of this nature, and that is exactly what we are getting here. So for Euro CAD, the structure is not, best for me, to take a sell right now. One thing you need to understand about trading is understanding when to buy and when to sell. When is the right time to buy? When is the right time to sell? You can know the bias, but understanding the timing, both in terms of fundamental and in terms of technicals, okay? Sometimes your technicals can even tell you to buy, can even tell you to sell. But in terms of, when you check things, factors like risk to reward, okay, and in terms of maybe what you have done when you were journaling your positions, your trade for a long time, you see that particular structure or pattern, wouldn't give you, the best or the highest probability of market moving into that direction. You wait. So when you hear me say things like, I would rather wait to see more waves and structures, it's just for price to be more clear and give me a better opportunity to scale in towards that direction. And that is the same thing I'm doing on Euro CAD. I'm a seller of Euro CAD, but I would rather wait to see more waves and structures before I would take the next action on Euro CAD. Traders on our community, are the ones, who always see, when we are taking advantage of these moves, and they can also take advantage of these moves with us together on Euro CAD. Okay, so for Euro CAD, even if price push to the upside, I'll be anticipating price to give us an up move again, something similar to this nature. Probably, maybe we'll be getting a running flat. That is when I'm going to be looking for opportunities to look for sell setups again. Okay, so until then, I'm a seller of Euro CAD. This move is something you can even take advantage of if you know how to, trade technical pullbacks. You understand the wave theory. Okay, something you can also take advantage of. Now you can see forecasting for you more waves in advance. So this is what we are looking at for on Euro CAD. Okay. So the next one is GBP CHF. So GBP CHF, even when you are, if you watch through our analysis last weekend, I say Euro CHF, I'm going to be waiting for price to give me more waves and structures. And as a matter of fact, during the week, that was on Friday, yes, we took advantage of a short-term scalp, of this buy on GBP Swiss franc, because we waited for price to give us more waves and structures, because here is an impulse again. Here is a 3-wave corrective structure, and for this up move, that's the reason why we got this up move. So and price, this structure for me, is done. So I'm not going to be doing anything much on GBP Swiss franc, regardless that fundamental is still showing that bias. But fundamentals can change, because when you get incoming data, okay, and maybe geopolitical, situations happening around the world can come and change the course of this direction. That's why you need to be aware. Both technical analysis and fundamental analysis, they are crucial, for you to know what the market is probably going to do. Now, so for GBP Swiss franc, I'm just going to be waiting, and I'll do nothing with GBP Swiss franc. But technically, the most likely thing is for us to begin to see a push to the downside. But I'm not just going to be selling blindly technically. I'm going to be waiting to see more data, coming into the markets, and if that is going to influence the strength of GBP, negatively, and influence the strength of Swiss franc positively, I think that would be the best thing for me, to do GBP Swiss franc to the downside. But for now, I'll be waiting, because GBP is still strong on my books. So that is, my game plan on GBP Swiss franc now. Okay. So next is CAD JPY. So for CAD JPY as well, I'm going to be holding, I'm going to be waiting to see what, price does, in the nearest days, or maybe in a week time, for me to know what next to do on CAD JPY, because price has already gotten to an overbought territory, unless we see maybe begin to see a big corrective structure. So for me, I'm not going to be doing anything, regardless that CAD is very strong on my books. So I'm going to be waiting. So already I have currency pairs like Euro GBP, Euro CAD to take advantage of, that everything is aligning, both fundamentals and also on the technical basis. Or unless maybe I see a change of structure during the week on some of the pairs I've mentioned, like GBP JPY, GBP Swiss franc, and just now CAD JPY. So the next currency pair I will keep my eye on, and probably one of the best to take advantage of this week, is Euro New Zealand. So for Euro New Zealand, any corrective structure here will be an opportunity to look for sell setups. Okay, that's what I'm looking at for Euro New Zealand. So for Euro New Zealand, could be setting up for maybe a bigger corrective structure before price continues pushing to the downside. But on the short term, what I'm looking at for is an opportunity to look for sell setup, either for a regular flat or even if price gives us a running flat. All I'm looking at for Euro New Zealand is a push to the downside. So you take advantage of that as well if you can. Okay, this is not a signal service. This is just us sharing, our bias. Okay, in the market direction. Okay, based on what we use on our proprietary flow. All right. So the corrective structure for me, one more drop. That's what I'm looking at for on Euro New Zealand. All right. So the next one is CAD Swiss franc. So similar scenario with CAD JPY. I'm not going to be a buyer of CAD Swiss franc for now. I'm going to be waiting to see more waves and structures appear before I can take advantage of that, because CAD is very strong on my books and Swiss franc is very down, both in terms of fundamental data and in terms of geopolitical happenings around the world. Okay, they are suffering from or they are among the currencies that are suffering from the energy insecurity, because they import a whole lot of oil, especially coming from that the Middle East region. Okay, so the blockage of Strait of Hormuz and now the Bab and debt trades is a very big issue for European nations. So Euro and Swiss franc are one of those currencies that are affected the most when there is energy crisis in the Euro area, or maybe coming from Europe. These two currencies, the Euro and the Swiss franc, are mostly affected. Okay, now moving on, we'll have NZD JPY. So for NZD JPY, I'm going to be a buyer of NZD JPY or do nothing. Okay, when price gives me an opportunity on NZD JPY, I'm going to be looking to take advantage of that. If we see, but that is if I see a corrective structure similar to what I've shown you here, I'm going to be looking for either a short-term buy, or price can even go up, take away this high. So altogether, what I'm going to be doing this week on NZD JPY, is to buy, looking for buying opportunities, either short-term or long-term, taking away this high. So short-term buy or long-term buy is what we're anticipating on NZD JPY this week. So altogether, I'm only bullish on NZD JPY. So the next one on our watch list is NZD Swiss franc. Similar thing we are seeing on NZD JPY. So for NZD Swiss franc, I'm only looking for bullish opportunities. So any clear corrective structure here is an opportunity for me to look for buy setups on NZD either a short-term buy or a long-term buy. So altogether, I'm bullish on NZD Swiss franc. So that is all I have for you this week on our weekly forex forecast. If you have any instrument you want us to look at, maybe in our subsequent videos, put that in the comment section, whether commodities, cryptos, or all of that. Put that in the comment section, and we are going to try our best to incorporate that in our next analysis. How we do our analysis is based on currencies that are giving us the best opportunities moving into the new week. Okay, so don't forget to put your thoughts in the comment section, share the video to other traders, because it's going to be helpful to help traders be on the right side of the market. That's exactly how we found us. Okay, and subscribe, click the bell icon so you get more updates when we put similar content every weekend. I will be putting similar content that is going to be helping retail traders out there to stay profitable in the forex market. So thank you very much for your time. See you next week in my next video. Bye for now.